With us today from Detroit, Michigan, is Aladeen Al-Ashmli. Aladeen hails from the war-torn country of Yemen on the Arabian Peninsula. This husband and father of one joins us to share his personal refugee story and help us understand global conflict and why we should care. Aladeen, welcome to Feel Like You Belong.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to meet you.
So, as I mentioned in the intro, you're originally from Yemen.
Yes.
You're from a small town outside the capital, Sana'a.
Right.
And the town is called Idb.
Ib, yes.
Yeah.
Correct.
So, what are your best childhood memories? What do you remember fondly from growing up?
I have a nice childhood, especially in the village, because we have a nice village. It was green, and we have a mountain. We have a lot of adventure with my friends. There's a lot of rain every time. Mm-hmm. So the water comes like a valley and falls every time. Mm-hmm. So we used to go and play and swimming. It was so interesting. I feel I missed that part in my life because after that we moved to the city. We don't have that things in the city.
Okay.
So we missed it. I mean, it just was...
The countryside was really paradise, green and water.
Yeah, green, water, natural, everything is clean.
Yeah.
But when we go to the city, everything is different, just like dust and home, work, study. It's not green. And then enjoy the natural life. You don't have that in the city, yeah.
And I think the stereotype for the majority of Americans who have never traveled to the Middle East, they think, oh, the Arabian Peninsula, it's all sand.
Oh, no.
And that's not true.
No, not true, not true. Every place is different. My city, it's the best because it's all the time green. And we have a big mountains and valley, so which is so interesting. Mm-hmm. If you go there, you would love it. But the other cities, some of them, they don't have that. They don't have the mountains and.
So you're really from the coolest place in Yemen.
Right. Yeah. Right.
Yeah, awesome.
It's a tourist. A tourism. It's a good for tourism.
Sure.
In the back there's a lot of people that used to visit it, and they enjoy it. But because of the politics situation, people they stopped and.
Sure.
Yeah.
And really, since the 1990s and definitely in the 2000s, there was a lot of political conflict.
Right.
Can you talk a little bit about that? So, for example, in 2010, the Congress delayed an election. Right?
Yeah,
and
right.
there had been fighting back and forth between political groups before then.
Yes.
But it's really serious when you say, okay, we're not going to have an election.
Right. They didn't make an agreement between them so they can do the election, because every party have different ideas and different opinions and conflict. After that, 1 year, the Arab Spring Revolution, they start over. So people, they just forget that, and okay, let's change in this way. Because the first president, he ran away, Tunis, and the other one, Egypt, he just quit because of the protests and the revolution. And we said, okay, we can do that the same. People in Yemen, they said, yeah, we can do the same. And we did it. But after that, things it doesn't goes at as we want, because our country, it's not they don't have that law or strict law. They follow different parties.
Sure.
Out of the country. So and people, they pay them money. It's corruption,
Sure.
So they don't have their decision with them. They didn't make their decision. So someone else, they make their decision. So they couldn't make an agreement between them and just build the country and make it grow and make people live in a better way and in a better life.
So you went through high school, you went and studied in college, you studied accounting.
Yes.
You were starting a career. Mm-hmm. And then in 2015, what happened?
Well, in 2015, I was planning to get a visa to the US because I want to finish my education, and I thought it's the best place to come here so I can study and finish my master degree and PhD. And then I applied for the diversity visa, and then I got it. The same year I get married from my wife, and I applied both both of them. We work in both, and the same day I get my letter for appointment for the diversity visa, I get the appointment from the U.S. Embassy in Cairo. The war just started.
The war started.
Yeah, started.
Yeah.
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 And they
And talk a little bit about the conflict, because if people are paying a little attention to the news, they've heard about the Houthis.
yeah.
Who are these people?
Those people, it's a small group in the country. They have
Houthi is actually someone's last name, right?
yeah,
So it's a family.
Yeah, it's a family. Yeah, right. It's a family. They thought it's like they have their opinions. They are related to the Prophet Muhammad.
So
And
they
people-
think they have a religious directive
Right.
to be in charge.
Yes, right.
And it's
Yeah.
really scary when people take religion as their
Yeah.
right to push other people around.
It is. Yeah, and if you like said, hey, no, there is no way. Just like that. If you're not with them, you're against them. You are their enemy. That's it. They don't have like that much flexibility. They don't have. They want their ideas.
Follow them blindly.
Right.
And they have been accused of doing things like using child soldiers,
Yes.
and also in various regions where people disagree, executing people.
Right there. Yeah. I have one of my neighbor. He just finished his high school. That was in 2015. He get killed. Yeah. And there is a lot of families, a lot of kids, a lot of people. They miss their. Sometimes they give them money. Sometimes they have to like push them by force. They force them to go there.
Sure.
Sometimes they kidnap them to go to this place.
And the government was not strong enough to resist them.
The government, because they took over, you know,
Yeah.
and it's complicated in our country because the previous president, he collaborated with them to take over the country, Sana'a. So and then everything was down. The new president, he just left. He went to Aden, and then after that they follow him to Aden, and they attack Aden, and they destroy everything.
Wow.
And then he went to the Saudi Arabia, and then the Saudi Arabia, they came to the country and bombed the country for like almost 5 years now.
So when you were planning to go to Cairo and the war breaks out, you can't go to Cairo.
Right, yeah.
So you have to go across the water to Djibouti.
At that time, the only way to go out of the country, you have like by the sea, by Al-Makhal. We have a small port called Al-Makha Muka. It's famous name, you know.
Sure.
This. Yeah. So Al-Makha. So you have to go from this side by a little ship. And that day the trip was like almost 23 hours.
Oh my.
Yeah, 23 hours. Yeah, to get to Djibouti.
So how many hours is it? I mean, how many miles is it across the strait?
I'm not sure, but it just because you know it's not that modern ship.
Oh, sure.
It's old one.
Yeah.
So it's just like going slowly, and sometimes the wind is strong. So yeah, it takes like maybe 23 hours.
So how many people were on the boat with you?
Almost 100, maybe more,
Okay.
because we have no chairs. We
Yeah.
just sit down in the floor.
Sure. And these are dangerous too, because again, small boat, a lot of people. Sometimes these boats don't make it.
Right. It's not for people too. I mean, it's not for people. It's just for animals.
Sure.
They moved animals with them,
Mm-hmm.
but we just stay in the top, so the animals stay in the bottom. But at the time, they didn't bring any animals. They just only us in the top.
But if there's war, if you have no other alternatives, then you've got to get out.
Right. We have no choice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how long did you stay in Djibouti?
Almost 3 months.
Okay.
Yeah. Was a good country. It's hot out there.
Okay.
Everything is expensive, and you have to suffer. At that time, everything was crowded.
Because so many people are
So many
fleeing
people they fleeing.
Yemen.
Yeah. Hotels, restaurant, everything was like
And maybe people taking advantage of Yemenis who have no other option.
right. Yeah. Now Djibouti is growing
Mm-hmm.
because a lot of Yemenis now goes there. U.S. Embassy open the doors for the Yemeni American citizen to go there and like do their immigration visa. So most Yemeni people, they go to Djibouti. Djibouti is growing now. They rent houses, they rent hotels, they open, even some of Yemeni, they went to Djibouti to open like small business, like restaurant, grocery shop, sometimes hotels. Yeah, now Djibouti is growing.
So finally you were able to get from Djibouti to the US. Why Detroit, Michigan?
Because my wife, she's here.
Okay.
She lives here with her family.
Okay.
So, I mean, I can go somewhere else, but I want to start living with my family.
Sure, absolutely.
And start like, yeah.
And there's a very large, supportive Arabic community
Right.
in Detroit, Dearborn area.
Right, yeah. In the beginning, it wasn't that difficult to just to fit in.
Mm-hmm.
Just only the looking for a job, it take a while
Sure.
till you get know people and get connection with them. And but everything it was fine. Like the groceries is Arabic,
Mm-hmm.
the mosque is there. I mean, everything was
Food
easy.
is familiar.
Yeah, food is familiar. Yeah,
Okay.
nothing changed. Yeah, you look like in your country.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Had you studied English before you came?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I studied in while I was working. I used to study between, because our shift was like 2 shifts a day. Was like from 9 to 1 and 4 to 8. So I have this one from 1 to 4. I used to study from 2 to 4
Okay.
in the institute, the Yemeni American Institute.
Okay.
It's related to the U.S. Embassy in Sana'a.
Sure.
Yeah. So
And when we were talking earlier, I had commented, for you it was really lucky because when you came, you had training in accounting. And that's a valuable skill in any country because everyone needs to work with numbers.
right.
But in fact, a lot of people who came from your country and other countries as refugees, if they're trained in, say, law or even medicine, they learn totally different language. So many things are not applicable. And
Right.
they have high-level training, expertise, professionalism back home. They come here and they're starting at the very bottom.
Right. Yeah. Well, first of all, I faced some difficulties to get, I mean, along with accounting here, because the names of the job is different here.
Okay.
They are very specific and specialist.
Okay.
In our country, just only general. You are accounting, you can do like everywhere. They need accounting. They need accounting. They need
Okay.
accounting. But here they just like they need staff accounting. They need specialist accounting. They need like a controller. They need audit. They need analysis.
So you needed to do further training when you got here.
Yeah,
Okay.
I have to search and talk with accounting here, how they work, what jobs do they have, how did they call them, how did they call the jobs.
Mhm.
So I can start the keyword. I was looking for the keyword to start searching. Now, if you tell me now after like 3 years, I know nothing. But now I know like what they call this, what they call that, what you can like apply for.
Sure.
But because I don't know what to apply for. Assistant, accounting assistant, or like staff accounting, or like clerk, or cashier. I mean,
But you've been now working for 4 years.
Yeah, almost 3 years. Yeah.
Okay,
3
okay.
years, yeah.
And you recently, in the last year or so, bought a house.
Right, yeah.
Okay, so starting to fix it up.
Yeah, I bought a house in Detroit. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And fix it up, and we live in it right now,
Hmm.
and we like it.
Okay. We have to conclude in just a minute here, but I want to just for our viewers who don't understand the stress and the challenge of picking up your whole life and moving it across the ocean, new language, new culture. How is the adjustment going for you?
As long as you have dreams in your mind and you have motivated, you're self-motivated, and you have to follow your dreams and work for them hard. I believe I follow those, and I work hard to like just follow my dreams, because you came like you have nothing, so you have to start from the zero.
Sure.
If you believe in yourself, you can do that. You can do it,
Mhm.
and just work hard, and like don't give up.
Okay.
Don't give up.
Awesome.
Just keep working till you get what you want.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So last question, for any of our viewers who don't have Arab friends, what would you like them to know about your culture?
We are friendly. We like to connect with people. We like to speak with them. I mean, we like to have fun. We're not like that people, they just stay away from. No, we like to stay with others, talk with them, make a connection with them, and make relationship too. In our country, most of the time, I mean, families, they came together, friends, they came together, they sit down, they talk. We have a lot of things, I mean, in common. And we work hard too. So we all the time like to invite each other to the house and visit each other, eat with them and stay with them.
Fantastic. We're going to wrap up just in just a few seconds, but I did want to give a shout out to two connected organizations, Global Detroit, who helped you pursue your dream, and Upwardly Global.
Yeah.
Those two organizations doing really good work in Detroit, and a lot of connections across the Midwest, and helping hardworking, smart people like you fit in and find your dreams. So,
yeah.
Hats off to those folks, and thank you so much for coming and sharing your story with us today.
Thank you. Yeah. So I was so lucky to meet with Beth, with Global Detroit. That girl, her name is Beth, because when I met with her, I connect with her, and she connected me with someone else, and she helped me a lot actually. Everything at that time, I asked her everything I need. I asked her, and she never say no. She helped me a lot, and then she referred the Upwardly Global, and I connect with them. They help me. They give me training. They are so much helpful. Yeah. So I would like to thank him so much.
Yeah. Awesome. Yeah. Well, continued success in your work and with your new family, raising your son, and continued success building your house and creating a neighborhood and community.
Yeah. Sure.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah,
Thanks
sure.
a lot.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
You bet. And thank you for joining us. If you're watching us on TV, stay tuned for our following segments on language and culture. If you're watching Feel Like You Belong on the internet, we hope you will share your feedback with us via our website and YouTube channel. And be sure to catch our many other stories about the intrepid newcomers who contribute their skills and work ethic that make these United States a more vibrant place.